from State Farm Stadium. This is the 2022 Western Governors University Commencement in Phoenix, Arizona. This ceremony is for the Master's and Bachelor's graduates. This is a live broadcast and will be available for replay on YouTube and WGU's website.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 85th Commencement for Western Governors University. I'm Rick Benbow, Regional Vice President at WGU. Welcome to Phoenix. Graduates, families, and friends, thank you for joining us as we celebrate this special occasion. Our ceremony is being recorded and streamed live. A special welcome to all of our online viewers joining us across the country and around the world. If you are able, please stand for the processional and remain standing for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good morning and welcome, everyone. I'd like to thank Katie Jane Hoey-Childs of Minnesota for performing our national anthem. Katie earned her Master's of Science in Management and Leadership from WGU in 2020 and has worked in healthcare for nearly 18 years. She previously earned her Bachelors of Science degree in Diagnostic Imaging and her Associates of Applied Science in Radiologic Technology. For years, Katie has worked as a registered radiologic technologist and recently landed her dream job with Radiologists Associated in Duluth. Thank you, Katie. It is my honor to convene the 85th Western Governors University Commencement. We are excited to be here in Phoenix with all of you today. Today and all year, we at WGU are celebrating our 25th anniversary. Since our beginnings in the 90s, we've been able to help more than 260,000 graduates find new pathways to opportunity through higher education. In our first 20 years, we recognized nearly 100,000 graduates. And now, just 5 years later, we have recognized more than 260,000 graduates. By the end of our anniversary year, we expect to celebrate more than 300,000 graduates. This number is simply amazing. We look forward to continuing the tradition of breaking tradition as we work to expand our impact in the coming years. On behalf of the university and our Board of Trustees, we welcome our honored graduates and we congratulate you on completing one of life's greatest achievements. Today is your day, graduates. It is a day to celebrate with your friends and your families, your support systems. Graduates, I urge you to take advantage of this hard-earned degree and what it offers you and your communities. You've worked diligently through a pandemic to reach this milestone. Today, we congratulate you, we celebrate you, and the numerous challenges you have faced, the obstacles you've overcome. You've worked hard, you've studied late, you've earned your degree while keeping commitments to families and careers. It wasn't always easy, but you didn't stop pushing. Your time at WGU has prepared you for your next role. You are now equipped to propel yourself, your families, your community, your employers, all forward, and we know that you will be successful. You join just 13% of adults in the US who have master's degrees. and 33% who hold a bachelor's degree. Many of you are graduating today with a family member. We offer special congratulations to those who are sharing this accomplishment with a loved one. We also offer our sincerest thanks to our graduates' families and their friends and their support systems. We know that you play a significant role in our graduates' success. WGU is grateful to be recognized year over year as a military-friendly university. We are proud to honor the military members who are graduating, and we thank you for our service to our country. You may have noticed that our military graduates are proudly wearing red, white, and blue cords today to symbolize their service to our country. We thank their brave and selfless patriots, and if you're able, we'd love to have you stand and be recognized. We also thank the spouses, the family members, and friends of our military graduates for their support, not only during their time with WGU, but also during their time serving our country. We appreciate you. Also joining us are many of our WGU faculty and staff. Please join me in thanking them for their dedication and commitment to your success. Thank you. Since we celebrated our first graduate in 2000, WGU has awarded more than 260,000 degrees, including 49,000 in 2021 alone. I'd like to share some interesting facts about today's graduating class. 38% of you are first in your family to earn a college degree. We extend a special congratulations to you. Your average age is 37 years old. The youngest is 18. The oldest is 70. "69% of you are women. The average time to earn a master's degree was 2 years, and the average time to earn a bachelor's degree was 3 years and 1 month. "40 states are represented here today. The state with the most graduates? You've guessed, it's Arizona. With nearly 100 graduates in attendance, our graduate who traveled the furthest, over 2,600 miles, Marlborough, Massachusetts. Thanks for your dedication to being here today. You worked diligently to reach an educational milestone that will change the course of your history and your influence on future generations. Thank you for allowing WGU to play an important part in the fulfillment of your dreams. And now we have the honor of hearing from 2 graduates. I'm delighted to introduce Tanya Barnes, Bachelors of Arts, Elementary Education from Overland Park, Kansas. And then we'll hear from Lakeisha Owens, Masters of Business Administration from Greenwood, Indiana. Please join me in welcoming Tanya.
Fellow graduates, family, friends, and WGU faculty and staff, my name is Tanya Barnes, and I am beyond grateful to have the opportunity to share my story with you today. Fear. We have all experienced this emotion while on this journey to where we sit today. Fear has been my greatest obstacle and my greatest motivator. Starting in elementary school, I began to struggle. I was not a great student, and I had to work very hard to get by barely passing. I spent the majority of my high school days in fear of not graduating. So when I finally walked at my high school graduation, I was relieved. That fear was gone. Shortly after, I decided college was out of the question for me because, you guessed it, fear. There was no way that I could risk thousands of dollars just to struggle and fail. I found a job doing what I loved, working with kids at a daycare, and that didn't require a college degree. I met my husband shortly after, and we had 2 beautiful kids. I spent the next 6 years being a stay-at-home mom and loving every minute of it. They are my pride and joy and my reasons for everything that I do. Well, before I could blink, they were both in school, and my 2 little reasons no longer needed me all the time. I needed something for myself, something to make me feel useful and fulfilled. There were very few options for jobs without a college degree that interested me or had any opportunity for growth. That fear, once again, had caught up with me. That's the funny thing about the choices we make out of fear. They have a way of coming back to bite us later, usually accompanied by fear's best friend, regret. Eventually, I was able to start working at a school as a para in the special education department, and I absolutely loved it. Many coworkers told me daily that teaching was my calling. I felt so natural and comfortable in the classroom with the students, and they were right. I found so much joy in teaching, in helping to guide our next generation, especially guiding those students who were like me, that didn't find school easy. One coworker in particular told me about WGU. She had known 2 teachers who had just graduated with their masters, all while working and raising families. So I decided that fear would no longer hold me back. I would use that fear to motivate me. I wanted to be an example to my kids that anything is possible if you want it badly enough. Throughout this journey, my fear has been knocking daily. The bubble in my throat the first time I opened the math course, the sweaty palms the first time I had a proctor watch me take an exam. But with each green check mark I received, and with each task pass, that fear became a smaller obstacle and a bigger motivator. I found that feeling of fear was just my way of getting ready for the heart-pounding joy of success I would feel shortly after. I still stand in shock and amazed that I did it. The girl that was afraid of failure took that fear and used it to help her succeed. Now, I would be lying to you if I told you that fear didn't end up with failure sometimes, because it does. I had tasks come back with revisions. I even failed one of the praxis exams I needed to graduate. When I was in tears at the kitchen table with the glow of the laptop lighting my face, my husband would come in and reassure me that I could do this, that I had been doing it, I just needed to keep going, because each time I failed, I was one step closer to success. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the times in which we live today and the circumstances in which we have finished our degrees. You might think lockdowns and stay-at-home orders would be the perfect time to work on your degree from the comfort of your couch. And for some of us, it was. We had time to accelerate and spend hours working towards our goal. For others, it meant we had our entire family home with us, needing our attention and 3 home-cooked meals a day. Despite the challenges this pandemic brought, we stayed the course. Earning our degrees through WGU has given us so many skills that we will carry through with us as we start our careers. We learned that our biggest barrier is sometimes ourselves. We can go as far as our own motivation will take us. We learned that with a mentor to guide us, no goal is out of reach. Take the lessons we have learned here and use them. Make goals to motivate you and continue to meet those goals. And when you meet it, set another one. It doesn't matter how big or small your goals are, but make sure you're always working towards something, growing and learning and making yourself better along the way. I would also encourage you to find a mentor as you start your career. I know our mentors from WGU were invaluable on our journey, guiding us, encouraging us, and sometimes giving us a gentle nudge to get us back on course. It makes sense that WGU uses this model to ensure their student success. Look around, take a moment to take a deep breath, and breathe in your success. You did it. You made it. I know there have been moments of fear for all of us on this journey to where we sit today. But look, we made it, despite that nagging fear that told us we couldn't do it all, that we would fail. The fear that we couldn't do it all, go to work, school, and still have enough left to be a contributing part of our family or a good friend. Courage cannot exist without fear. You have to have the courage to take the first step in your journey. Use that courage as you step out into the world and into your career. This journey has shown you that you are capable of great things. You can accomplish anything if you have the motivation and the courage to take the first step. Congratulations, WGU graduates. Go out into the world and make a difference.
I'm not supposed to be here, but nothing could stop me from getting here. I have a pretty unique background in that I grew up in what most consider an impoverished neighborhood. I can be often heard reciting that I am in, but not of this world. It started early as I began my education in a private Christian school with less than 5% of the enrollment as African American. When the cost of schooling for me, my siblings, aunts, and uncle overwhelmed my grandparents, they made the decision that we had been given a solid foundation and transferred us into the public school system. It took some time adjusting, but we thrived then and we thrive now. Let us take a step forward. I was a typical 16-year-old, full of ambition and dreams. I wanted to major in accounting because my love of numbers and analytics was even beyond my scope of understanding. I took accounting courses in high school and quickly learned how the general ledger logged the transactions of the businesses and personal lives of everyone around me. As destiny would have it, I gave birth to my first child at the age of 17, and my plans took a different path. My support system has always been firm and unwavering. While I did not have gender reveals, baby showers, and all the frills that come with traditional pregnancy, I had the encouragement of my aunt, AKA Amy, who moved heaven and earth to make the world know that whatever plans I had may be delayed, but would never be denied, because I am uncommon. As a student athlete and musician, suddenly turned teen mom, my priorities quickly changed. I finished high school with my graduating class on time. However, at the age of 18, I lost my father tragically in a senseless act of gun violence. I was incredibly devastated and grief-stricken, so I took some time off to focus on my healing and developing a plan to overcome life's adversity. I had completed a semester of college, and at this point, I decided to take my gap decade. I then discovered WGU. I was a full-time mom, single parent of 4, yes, 4 teenagers, all born between the ages of 1997 to 2001. I'll let you do that math. I was divorced with a full-time job, and I was not extremely optimistic about the amount of time it would take for me to complete this journey. For my children, I made the commitments, sacrifices, and adjustments to my life to ensure that I set my family up for success. The flexibility, understanding, motivation, and accountability of my program mentors helped me when I changed my major from accounting to business management. I believe integrated natural sciences single-handedly caused this change. No worries, I plan to sit for my CPA this year. Delayed, not denied, I wholeheartedly love and appreciate those who have flown approximately 1,700 miles with me today to celebrate little old me. My mom, from who I learned there will always be another opportunity to make things right with your job, your home, your relationships, whatever. As long as you have another day above ground, you can fix it. My sisters, who are great businesswomen with beautiful children and golden hearts. My best friend, who has been on this roller coaster with me since we were 12 years old and hasn't missed a beat or a moment of vulnerability. And my bonus, because everything's better with the bonus, right? This is indeed our degree. I owe God and them everything, and I give them all of me. I appreciate the flexibility of the WG model that helped me overcome work-life interruptions, procrastination, and scheduling conflicts. I will forever support and recommend this university to graduates of all backgrounds with various challenges because WGU gave me everything I needed to succeed. I'm not supposed to be here, but nothing could stop me from getting here.
Thank you, Tanya, and thank you, Lakeisha, for sharing your stories. Tanya, you talk about fear, something that we can all relate to, but you didn't let it stop you. I love what you said about overcoming fear and having the courage to simply take the first step. And Lakeisha, plans are often delayed for many of us, just like you mentioned, but you persevered and you are supposed to be here, just like the other graduates that we are honoring today. Now I am pleased to introduce our commencement speaker, Juju Chang. Juju is an Emmy Award-winning co-anchor of ABC News Nightline and a regular contributor to Good Morning America and 2020. With the rise of hate crimes against the Asian American and Pacific Islander community, Juju leveraged her platform to become a much-admired champion of social change. She made U.S. broadcast history co-anchoring the 2021 ABC News live special, Stop the Hate, The Rise in Violence Against Asian Americans, alongside fellow Korean American co-anchor Eva Pilgrim, and a cast of Asian American and Pacific Islander journalists, thought leaders, lawmakers, and celebrities. Known for her in-depth personal narratives and long-form storytelling, Juju has won acclaim for stories with underlying themes of civil and women's rights and social justice topics. In addition to reporting, Juju has profiled newsmakers like Joe Biden, Oprah Winfrey, and Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg, along with entertainers such as Tom Hanks, Chris Pratt, and Nicki Minaj, and social media moguls Kendall Jenner and Dude Perfect. An ABC News veteran, Juju joined the network as an entry-level desk assistant in 1987 after graduating with honors from Stanford University. Prior to her roles at ABC, she was a producer for World News Tonight, a co-anchor on the overnight show World News Now, and news anchor for Good Morning America. Juju's work has been recognized with numerous awards, including multiple Emmys, Gracies, a DuPont, and Merwin Peabody Awards. Born in Seoul, South Korea, and raised in Northern California, Juju is a member of the Council on Foreign Relations and a founding board member of the Korean American Community Foundation. Please join me in welcoming Juju Chang.
Hello, graduates. Hello. How you feeling? Yeah? Really? That's how you feeling? Night Owls, class of 2022. Woo! I heard that many of you brought as many as 6 family members. I call that rolling heavy, right? I know that so many of you have flown here from across the country to celebrate, so I want you to take a moment to look around. Wave at your family if you have to. Soak it all in, right? Woo! You earned this moment. You deserve this moment. And as you look up at the pendants up there, this is the home of the Arizona Cardinals, right? I don't know if you know this, but in a couple of weeks, Def Leppard and Motley Crue are going to be kind of where you are. And for the younger demo, The Weeknd and Doja Cat will be here in August. But for today, you are taking the stage. And this is where we celebrate a different kind of victory, one that involves as much guts and sacrifice and hard work as any victory in the NFL. This is a celebration of you. And I've come to understand that WGU is known as the University of You, which seems apt. I know that for most of you, it hasn't been a straight line from childhood to high school to college, right? Tanya and Lakeisha told us. You're here because you want to be here, not because somebody wanted it for you. I know that the average age of today's graduates is 37, and that means that for many of you, it's been a very long and winding road from high school to college. And in my mind, that makes today all the more impressive, all the more worth celebrating, as a true victory over whatever challenges you've overcome to be sitting here today, all spiffy, in your cap and gown, with your loved ones bursting with pride, looking on. I also know that for many of you, you are the first in your family to graduate from college. You are pioneers, bridge builders for your entire family. And that's not just your immediate family, that's for your nieces and your nephews. That's for your neighborhood kids, and of course for your own kids, who can now look at you and see that you did it, and maybe think they can do it too. Your victory gives them permission to dream. That's what role models do. That's what you're doing today. Today is a day to reflect back on how much you've accomplished, and also turn and look forward to your future. That's why it's called Commencement. It's the beginning. It's the commencement of your next adventure, the first day of the rest of your lives. As you've heard, I've spent more than 30 years traveling around the world as a journalist, right? I'm now the co-anchor of ABC News Nightline. We're on after Jimmy Kimmel. It's very late. You can Google. But I look back and I can't believe the life adventures I've seen. I covered the earthquake in Haiti, the mass shootings at Sandy Hook and at Pulse in Florida, and of course, the COVID pandemic. And we've learned together so many lessons, right, about ourselves and our nation. We've learned that we're resilient, that we're full of ingenuity. We've learned to applaud healthcare heroes and essential workers. And yet, so many frontline workers were disproportionately disadvantaged. They were not essential workers because they chose to be frontline workers. Many were essential workers because they had no choice. They had to feed the family, or they had to pay rent, and they didn't have the generational wealth to fall back on. You feel me? We quickly started seeing those divides in our country, and I hope that we never, ever lose sight of the fact that people who lived in predominantly Black and brown communities were at times more likely, twice as more likely to die of COVID than those who did not. That divide between those who had the luxury of work from home and those who did not. Those who had the privilege of social distancing and those who did not, whose small apartments didn't allow social distancing when one in the family got COVID. There were those who had the luxury of distance learning, and those, as Tanya suggested, who didn't have the iPads and the Wi-Fis and the multiple rooms where you could distance learn easily or effectively. Let's not ever forget that divide, because once you see it, we shouldn't unsee it. And yet, one of the few positive discoveries we made during the pandemic is that when it's done right, when motivated students like yourselves, online learning works. Right? You guys are proof of that. WGU is a shining example of that, proving the naysayers that online learning is vital. It's a vital option for so many. It's what Scott, your president, told me as we were walking out here. Yeah, the pandemic amplified our diversity, right? It amplified your distinction. WGU has been a disruptor in the education space long before the pandemic, right? And it is poised to lead the way out of this era. In fact, this year, you're celebrating 25 years, that's why I'm wearing this cord, of breaking tradition. Now, I can only imagine how much time, how much sweat equity and money that you and your families have invested in getting you to this place. I also know that many of you did it while holding a job, or jobs, or raising kids, or caring for your parents, et cetera, which makes your investment all the more precious. So I want to take a moment and remind you of how much you stand to profit from your investment. The Bureau of Labor Statistics calculated that workers with a college degree over 40-year careers can boost earning potential by $1 million. That's a pretty good return on investment, or ROI, as they say in the business school. Who's here from the business school? Now take that earning potential and say you invest that into buying something like a home. That's the American dream, right? It's also the biggest financial asset that most families have. It is the foundation of generational wealth that is handed from one generation to the next. You guys are true pioneers. A report by First American found that homeowners are more likely to be college educated, and that gap only grew in the last 10 years, from 10% to 20% in 2017. So those are the financial benefits. But did you know that a college degree gives you physical benefits as well? The Lumina Foundation found that college degree holders demonstrate healthier habits. Who knew? Studies showed that the proportion of adults smoking dropped significantly, 20% of high school graduates versus 5% of bachelor's degree holders. Those of you fidgeting right now, I feel you, former smoker. The report also found a strong positive correlation between eating fruits and vegetables, exercising, wearing a seatbelt. Of course, it doesn't take a college degree to know buckling up is smart. And of course, I have 3 sons who don't like fruits and vegetables. And they're adults, so, you know. But it's all the more reason to push towards college. So according to the National Academy of Sciences, it actually will benefit your longevity and your prosperity. So those are the physical benefits, the financial benefits, but did you know there are psychological benefits as well? In 2016, Pew Research Center found that 60% of workers with a bachelor's degree believe their job gives them a sense of identity, right? Versus 40% who don't, without those college degrees. The psychosocial benefits, as those of you in the education department know, means that it boosts your self-esteem, right? Your kids, your employers, anyone who ever asks you in the future will know that they are dealing with a college graduate, a striver. And that feeling that you will get every time you look in the mirror and you know, that feeling is priceless. And yet, for the very same reason that you're sitting here, having run that gauntlet for the past 2 years, battled through, sacrificed, struggled, for that same reason, I'm going to give you one cautionary note. I'm a Jew by choice. I know I don't look Jewish. But my mother's Buddhist, and this comes from a Buddhist teaching. It actually comes from Jack Kornfield's book, Buddha's Little Instruction Book. When asked what the biggest mistake people make in their life, The Buddha replied, or at least Jack Kornfield replied, "The biggest mistake we make in life is that we think we have time." Time is free, but it's priceless. You can own it. You can't own it, rather. You can't own time, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And once it's lost, you can never get it back. Every one of you has chosen to invest your time, your most limited resource, to earn this degree. You've done that while working or parenting or caregiving or whatever, or just coping with the pandemic. But be sure that you're not headed towards sacrificing your family on the altar of your career. Just a reminder that it's just as vital to invest your time in your loved ones, in your family, in your chosen family, in your community. Remember that while that career can be a big part of your identity, it doesn't have to define you, and it certainly need not consume you. I will admit that at times, I let my career consume me. I'm the classic immigrant striver, right? I was born in Seoul, Korea. My family moved to California when I was 4. I thought my family's food smelled funny. My parents talked funny. I was told my face looked funny, which is why I would sometimes go to sleep at night with Scotch tape on my nose, trying to grow a bigger nose, because they called me moon face. I wanted to be the classic California girl. I didn't want to be different. Who does? I watched my dad treated poorly, talked down to because he had a heavy accent or because he looked different. I didn't have the words then to describe that feeling of being marginalized, right? Today we might call it a microaggression or racism or unconscious bias. But what I knew back then, growing up, was that it didn't feel right. And for the past 30 years, I've spent my career seeing the world through the eyes of that young girl who knew what it's like to feel other. It's what drove me to Honduras recently to talk to families whose children were starving due to climate change, to see harvest after harvest crumbling in front of their eyes due to the heat and the drought. They'd invested their entire life savings on their teenage son and his chance of traveling with a coyote to cross the border to the United States so that he could maybe wash dishes or mow lawns to send money back to their desperate families. It's what draws me to stories of working class families in New Hampshire or Tennessee, where wages are stagnant, opioids are rampant, and despair is seemingly everywhere. I spent a week in a hospital in East Tennessee watching newborns in the NICU being detoxed from opioids. It is a travesty, and often you look around and you feel like despair is everywhere. So people often ask me, how do you push back despair? Covering stories over and over again like these. And I tell them 2 things. One is Anne Frank. Her diary. She was hiding from the Nazis, you remember? She was 13 years old before dying in the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp. But she wrote in her diary, "In spite of everything, I still believe that people are good at heart. I simply can't build up my hope on a foundation of confusion, misery, and death. I can feel the suffering of millions, and yet when I look up to the heavens, I think it will all come right, and that this cruelty will end, and that peace will return." I, like Anne, believe that people are really good at heart. I've covered, I told you, mass shootings more than I care to remember. And I remember specifically, I went to the Newtown shooting in Connecticut, the Pulse shooting in Orlando, and the Vegas shooting. That was the one, the Route 91 Harvest Festival, remember? And there was a shooter on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay. I remember talking to one victim in the hospital. She'd gone to the concert the night before with her parents. They were enjoying the music, and they suddenly heard gunfire. So they started to run and run and run until she realized, my pants are wet. And she looked down and realized, I'm bleeding. She'd been shot in the hip, and she'd run about a quarter of a mile with a bullet lodged in her hip. And then she collapsed, she told me. And in that moment, she told me, heroes emerged. A complete stranger who happened to be an off-duty firefighter shielded her and gave her medical aid. Others around her were using concert fencing as gurney and getting people to the hospital. I interviewed people at the hospital who told me they saw car after car after car lined up, shuttling people, strangers, wounded, to the hospital. And the woman I was interviewing in that hospital bed the next day said to me, you know what I saw? I saw one bad man in a tower and hundreds of heroes on the ground. So I, like she and Anne Frank, believe that people are essentially good and that we each have the power to lift each other up if we listen to our better angels. I think the best way to do that, okay, and this is going to sound corny, so bear with me. People often ask me, how do you engage in self-care when you deal with all this? And I turn towards meditation. It is not a magic wand, and to be clear, I am horrible at meditating. But I try, and I'll try to, you've seen all the studies about they work with veterans, they work with Wall Street people, they reduce anxiety, it helps you sleep, There's a type of meditation called loving kindness meditation. And the goal is to spread loving kindness. I told you it's cheesy. Bear with me. It's to spread loving kindness through your meditation. But do you know where you start? You start by sending loving kindness to yourself. Who is tougher on you than you? Who is your worst critic? Who is the meanest to you? Often, that's you. And so you have to start by giving yourself a break, by being kind to yourself. Stop beating yourself up. And that then allows you to turn that loving kindness towards others, towards your children, towards your partner, towards your colleagues. I want to end by making clear one last point. Everyone in this stadium, look around, is proud of your diploma. But as parenting experts constantly advise, it's unconditional love that wins out. Don't praise the prize, praise the effort, right? I am dazzled by the effort that it took for you to get here. But you were dazzling long before you got here. You are worthy. Congratulations, Night Owls, class of 2022. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Juju, for sharing your story. And now we'll hear from our Vice Provost, Dr. Lucas Kavli, who will confer our degrees.
Thanks, Mitsu. This is the part that you've all been waiting for, I'm fairly certain. First, we're going to recognize each of our master's degree graduates who wear a hood bearing the color of their discipline, such as drab for the College of Business. Let that be no indication of what the study felt like. After we do that, then we will recognize our bachelor's graduates. So, at this time, those of you who are wearing those hoods, would the candidates for master's degrees and educator endorsements please rise if you're able? That's right. Now, it's upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty over there and the authority vested in me by our Board of Trustees and the member governors of Western Governors University that I hereby confer upon each of you the master's degree or endorsement that you have earned. This includes the Master of Arts in your area of specialization, the Master of Business Administration, the Master of Education, the Master of Health Leadership, the Master of Science in your area of specialization, the Master of Science in Nursing, or the Educator endorsement, with all the rights and the privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations, and welcome to the community of innovative, bold, and credible professionals. Now, I'm proud of each of you, but why don't you go ahead and have a seat for a minute, because I'm also proud of our bachelor's graduates. So would the candidates for baccalaureate degrees, post-baccalaureate teacher preparation endorsements, please rise if you're able. We've got a few that are really excited. The rest of you too. Oh, I'm sorry, not the, you're good, you're good. Just like our master's graduates, it's because of the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority that's invested in me by the Board of Trustees, the member governors of Western Governors University, that I hereby confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree or endorsement that you have earned. This includes the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Science in all the multiple areas of specialization with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Now you may each move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard. Congratulations to each of you, and welcome to the global community of graduates. We are so proud of each and every one of you and the effort that you put in and the appreciation of the family and friends that are here today. Please be seated for a moment. The following leaders from each of our colleges are going to be inviting the graduates to the stage for their moments in the spotlight. First, we're going to have Dr. Ted Cross. He's the Director of Academic Programs for the College of Business. After that, we'll have Dr. Janelle Sokolowicz. She's the Academic Vice President and Dean for the College of Health Professions. After that, Mr. David Towns, the Vice President and Dean of Faculty Administration for the College of IT. And finally, Dr. Mark Milliron. He's the Senior Vice President, Executive Dean for the Teachers College. Ted.
College of Business, are you ready? All right. Will the graduates from the College of Business, starting with the first row, please come forward at the direction of the marshals to be recognized individually.
Jeffrey Pensy.
Stacy Soros.
Bridget Rodriguez.
Kaninka Ufavong.
Jacqueline Tolliver.
Carla Way.
Christopher Senil.
Letitia Orozco.
Brianna Prock.
Chrislam Williams.
Jessica Schalk.
Emma Greiman.
Joshua Reef.
Lindsay Eden.
Keller C.
Aubrey Mitchell.
Lauren Roca.
Brenda Colon.
Michael Gonzalez.
Kimberly Crossland.
Jonathan Fuller.
Heather Lukich.
Jasmine Nungaire.
Katie Jane Howie Childs.
Natalie Rodriguez.
Lakeisha Owens.
Giovanna Fonseca.
Stacy Bailey.
Robert Anderson.
Catherine Lawler.
Heather Smith.
Matthew Alvarez.
Travis Wolf.
Mal Faust.
Viral Kumar Mehta.
Narcisa Camacho Palma.
Casey Emick.
Shade Baker.
Rachel Afield.
Chesney Golio.
Zahir Jamal.
Debbie Rollins.
Christy Allen.
Susan Idicola.
Marissa Ayala.
Rayjon Baxter.
Kurt Ma.
Ashley Wilhelm.
Christy Dykeman.
Taylor Allison.
Tyler Sylvie.
Naomi Rivera.
Khalil Halfacre.
Kevin Lausch.
Alexandra Watts.
Robin Bierman.
Leslie Verdugo.
Flossie Brinkman.
Keter Carthen.
Jeff Sabo.
Myrna Vasquez.
Carlo Abero.
Chris Casey.
Zania Lee.
Isaac Jacobs.
Jacob Subi.
Richard Fox.
Martha Booth.
Taylor Coutain.
Marvin Page.
Sean Bald.
Timothy Downs.
Marissa Villa Barraza.
Ologa Iopu.
Gretchen Clark.
Amy Medina.
Jamila Muhammad.
Jennifer Wander.
Nicole Peterson.
Rishon Mayer Edwards.
Carrie Caruso.
Whitney Renee Smith.
Nicholas Joseph Galusha.
Edward Willocks.
Leonard Wilson.
Leslie Alfaro.
Cassandra Liggins Wilson.
Melissa Cassidy.
Greg Jones.
Carrie Sroka.
Seema Cecil.
Webuv Danani.
Christopher Zanin.
Jacob Ulabari.
Mark Warren.
Benjamin Wallace.
Janelle Rosa.
Kendra Hoffman.
Steve Cervantes.
Rachel Grimm.
Melanie Carr Moody.
Heather Stevens.
Elgin Moody.
Angela Hendricks.
Crystal Stewart.
Mario Duenas.
Lakia Williams.
Ashley Maya.
Dallin Larson.
Gabriel Castro.
Tomoko Lara.
Isaac Geroge.
Jocelyn Zaragoza.
Emily Lancaster.
Queen Gray Grimm.
Joanna Rangel.
Andrew Abelohe.
Paola Robbins.
Sandra Lara.
Asad Mack.
Mindy Arjona.
Quintisha Smith.
Tiffany Weaver.
Celeste Ralzul.
Laura Romanette.
Samantha Centeno.
Veronica Shannerman.
Joseph Wooten.
Theodore Dobbs.
Sarah Pimentel.
Javier Torres Lugo.
Huda Al Abdul Latif.
Candelario Ortiz.
Sean Trumpauer.
Heather Zubro.
Maria Arredondo.
Christian Pantel.
Tylin Varela.
Sarah Portillo.
Kimberly Top.
Melissa Grishik.
Randy Lucas.
Ginger Lane.
Nicole Avila.
Antonio Medeiros.
Amber Avila.
Ashley Gill.
Jasmine Williams.
Valerie Fitzgerald.
Marcos Mendez.
Catherine Mendez.
Melanie DeRegan.
Joseph Franz.
Clara Alcott.
Kayla Cardinelli.
Maureen Devine.
Lacey McIntyre.
Aaron Rogerson.
Rhonda Hodge.
Cynthia Montoya.
China Rimbert.
Kelly Stevens.
And Janae Shabazian.
Leo Mendez.
Ganeet Singh.
Angel Eduardo Patino.
Asia Lucia Christensen.
Danielle Gonzalez.
Jercel Gonzalez Feliciano.
Carice Baez.
Genevieve Medina.
Valerie Goyarts.
Kayla Peterson.
Amanda Andoma.
Lisa Peterson.
Robert Men.
Rochelle Putnam.
Stetson Doan.
Brandy Duncan.
Amanda Dickens.
Nick Kramer.
Tiara Michelle Leah Green.
Jacob Shoemake.
Sonia Escobedo.
Nabish Subadi.
Sierra Caveira Bias.
Robin Yeager.
Stephanie Rice.
Julan Rostron.
Lachey Thomas.
Ron Kennedy.
Indiana Little.
Alexander Tipton.
Anthony Landato.
Rashid Sharif.
Misha Gomez.
Rebecca Young.
Nicole Porter.
Virginia Newman.
Robin Bernhardt.
Antonio Tachiking.
Alexandria Hamrick.
Sarah Kerr.
Brandon Arena.
Lalitha Ambat.
Megan Morgan.
Alexander Zitnik.
Adrian Dominguez.
Elizabeth Feeney.
Ellie Hall.
Layla Ricabuano.
Heather Parsons.
Charlie Chambly.
Joseph Steimel.
Cole Stewart.
Mary Quantrell.
Sydney Lee.
Bryce Kensington Fuller.
Dustin Whitmer.
Pedro E. Rodriguez Santiago.
Santia Ewing.
Jerry Reedhead.
Richard Johns.
Cassie Robbins.
Ariana Laurie.
Whitney Murdoch.
Danielle Miller.
Greg Owens.
John Urasitz.
Tracy Ueno.
Phyllis Lutz.
Deborah Mabry.
Carissa Baca.
David Newfang.
Brandon Seil.
Lynn Dang.
John Scheffler.
Justin DeMuth.
Natasha Bush.
Suzanne Sponeman.
Victoria Davis. Antoine Cork. Emily Belknap. Congratulations to all the graduates from WGU's College of Business.
Hi, I'm excited. This is my first time at a WGU commencement since I've been here, so super excited. Will all of our College of Health Professions graduates please rise and come forward to the direction of the marshals? I do want to take a moment and just say thank you to all of our first line defense, all of you all that are committing to health and the health of the nation so that we all could be here. So make your way.
Tamara Swanson.
Landeren Riaton.
Megan Madalinsky.
Anne Marie Elizabeth Scott.
Kirsten Tracy.
Whitney Morgan.
Mary Brackett.
Sarah Spooner McCraven.
Brian Davis.
Kimmy Culberson.
Myra Sango Alcaraz.
Shelley Gibbons.
Amanda Mensink.
Jerome Kodea.
Leanne Findlay.
Teresa Bolanos.
Christy Greenland.
Harrison George.
Jamie Kashinsky.
Stacy Swanson.
Victoria Davis Anderson.
Misty Silva.
Diana Siupan.
Susan Anganola.
Erica Johnson.
Jill McKenzie.
Charmaine Pankowitz.
Heather Fitzhugh.
Natasha Marshall.
Lindsay Patterson.
Fatina McNeil Pitts.
Darlene Morales Montes.
Sabrina Sparacino.
Gilbert Gardner.
Diana Hara.
Camila Sahib Nasib.
Marcella Bernstein.
Rosalind Weber.
Stacy Wuthridge Carew.
Stacy Burnside.
Sandra Manalo.
Tony Para.
Emily Wilson.
Kalina Hammonds.
Jenny Asuncion.
Colleen Myers.
Lisa Norville.
Karina Fisher.
Janie Harrower.
Ashley Wright.
Shijuade Afolaju.
Shirley Beju.
Sarah Helm.
Sean Erica Gallops.
Madison Woolard.
Alexis Guerrero.
Patricia Wyland.
Holly Torrance.
Christina Dunnigan.
Andrea Ulibari.
Rafaela Alfaro.
Lisa Garvin.
Ashley Gammon.
Brooke Golden.
Monica Kalfa.
Jonna Welliver.
Genevieve Torres.
Lauren Aquino.
Diana Grace Navarro.
Siobhan McGlory Gilly.
Brittany Chavez.
Bien Andrew Capelong.
Shayna Lee Purpura.
Agray Reyes Aguilar.
Emily Bernay.
Roberto Padilla Jr.
Deborah Walsh.
Michelle Simmons.
Faith Moka'a.
Lisette Jones.
Melanie Binswanger.
Leanne Malo.
Lamarcus Davis.
Lucille Igat.
Jeanette Rendon Rodriguez.
Kanika Woods.
Jess Stewart.
Manita Hudson.
Joey Ramos.
Taria Rouse.
Wendy Najera.
Sarah White.
Susan Kamani.
JC Timms.
Ashley Shambly.
Myshanique Jackson.
Jorge Lopez.
Shanette Martin.
Christina Schwagerman.
Mariah Vanderwood.
Stephen Moara.
Emily Lara.
Jeanette Ejang.
Cheryl Simpson.
Laureen George.
Patricia Orozco Kirby. Shane Reynolds. Kim Monroe. Congratulations to all of the graduates from WGU's College of Health Professions.
Welcome, College of Information Technology graduates. It is with great pleasure today that I represent the College of Information Technology faculty in celebrating your individual accomplishments. Congratulations. Will the graduates from the College of Information Technology, starting with the first row, please come forward at the direction of the marshals to be recognized individually.
Asmita Das.
Hector Fonseca.
Jeffrey Valera.
Gregory Rudman.
Larry Eager.
Anthony Manalo.
Paige McKinney.
Dominic Savio Sindatri.
Kyle Smith.
Joshua Uluberry.
Richard Edmondson.
Gabriel Hebb.
Janice Knight.
Bless you. Victory Ezenwaka.
Weberton Figueredo.
Chukwuka John Omianjako.
David Baker.
Dennis Shea.
Scott Whitney.
Ryan Earl.
Emmanuel Asante Nyarko.
Brandon Treat.
Naveen Sundarajan.
Gregory Ramirez.
Isa Olamba.
Jared Gillum.
Walter Williams.
Cyril Hug.
Vicky Chadwick.
Joshua Cerna.
Jeffrey Flournoy.
Matthew Blessing.
Abhijit Mishra.
Caitlin Lyon.
Kevin Lutwick.
Arui Mui Siri Jaba.
Derek Bailey.
Aldo Garcia.
Benjamin Dupree.
Victoria Paul.
Michael Shattuck.
Melissa Winchester.
Andrew Juarez.
Van Eng Grande.
Daryl Rowe Jr.
Adam McFarlane.
Dylan Stahl.
Oscar Mateo.
Sergio Ruiz.
James Waisloff III.
Clemmy Gibson.
Robert Topping.
Ryan Lindley.
Christopher McComber.
Kazuki Mori.
Raymond Kao.
Timothy Garza.
Nicholas Pena.
Paul Romero.
Marcos Guerrero.
Dale Stanley.
Michael Marshall.
Christopher Conway.
Michael Mongold.
Ryan Robinson.
Kyla Wood.
Raymond Javier.
Shantanu Day.
Christian Velez.
Tyler Wendell.
Sudin Saha Sardar.
Nicholas Colbert. Fernando Marino. Emmanuel Arellano Zacharias. Ryan Wood. Congratulations to all of the graduates from WGU's College of Information Technology.
Okay, now I need my Teachers College graduates to please stand up. You risers, thrivers, difference makers, we are excited. Okay, starting with the first row, please come forward at the direction of the marshals to be recognized individually. I just want to say a big thank you for all you're going to do to make a difference in the years to come. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Quincy Robertson.
Stephen Thompson.
Chelsea Ebelt.
Jacina Martin Colbert.
Megan Krisovich.
Brianne Yelly.
Michaela Blauder.
Sydnia Ashite.
Jamie Huvestal.
Amber Robinson.
Rachel Heaton.
Kent Spiros.
Shay Coyle.
Sonia Ramos.
Taylor Parson.
Mandy Lowe.
Marlene Cummins.
Amber Cannon.
Casey Edmonds.
Sabrina Cranston.
Trisha Kuwata.
Madison Pryor.
Aaron Fanash.
Reagan Allred.
Haley Lowe.
Ruth Hernandez.
Jesse Urquio.
Tristan Intrieri.
Tandora Sample.
Abby Rummel.
Alessandro Lausch.
Megan Lindemanis.
Divina Wakefield.
Teresa Foreman.
Christopher Angelano.
Francis Asen.
Tara Seymour.
Sandra Pedroza.
Maxine Pinnock.
Ashley Bolstad.
Stacy Gonzalez.
Jamie Feltner.
Danielle Walcott.
Heather England.
Christy Cook.
Jessica Lowry.
Hannah Harwood.
Tracy Lucas.
Shauna Alcorn.
Eva Matushik.
Catherine Klabowski.
Rebecca Kreidler.
Maria Harshauer.
Andrea Adien.
Sapna Sharma.
Michelle St. Pierre.
Brianna Allen Chappell.
Andrea Bradley.
Natalie Caballero.
Michael Anthony Garcia.
Maria Casas.
Terry Feith.
Elizabeth Reitzel.
April Clinton.
Stephanie Irish.
Lisa Taylor.
Rachel Donnelly.
Amy Escudero Saipula.
Christina Salas.
Uriel Escudero Garcia.
Dario Moya.
Andrew Corbin.
Alana Dawson.
Lindsay Besickman.
Kevin Hubbard.
Joseph Brissett.
Ashley Kaysen.
Leslie Page Faust.
Tara O'Brien.
Gloria Cassiano.
Shasta Burton.
Jacqueline Sanchez.
Tanya Barnes.
Adonna Elkins.
Sophia Brigale Wilbur.
Kimberly Peabody.
Jennifer Messersmith.
Sarah Barker.
Jacqueline Dosil.
Celicia Williams.
Lauren Santos.
Justin Ayers.
Crystal Martinez.
Ivy Knight.
Chastity Puafua.
Marisol Hernandez Gomez.
Gabriela Pineda.
Emily Lovelace.
Shelley Wilcoxon.
Dawn Stewart.
Satonya Moore.
Karen Gray.
Shanna Newman.
Crystal Bumbuck.
Amanda Salih.
Yesenia Torres.
Sylvia Cabrera.
Deanna Neal.
Autumn McCoy.
Ashley Adams.
Savannah Schuster.
Tiffany Jones Hoff.
Jahari M. Allen.
Elsa Garcia Cambra.
Olivia Campbell.
Nina Seville.
Matthew J. Martinez.
Jessica Ferguson.
Kaylee McBreen.
Raylan Noel.
Angela Maloney.
Patricia Pearson.
Krista Millette.
Amanda Snyder.
Gretchen Potter.
John Howell.
Emily Peterson.
Tyla Katina.
Jara Hatch.
Pearl Campos.
Hillary Trejo.
Nicholas Soto.
Michael Doyle.
Brianna Roadhouse.
Stacy Miller.
Melissa Nuttall.
Talitha Aguilar.
Rachel Clark.
Hasmin Alexander.
Jacinta Gurries.
Caitlin Young.
Deshauna Green.
Joyce Corder.
Shalise Webster.
Danielle Patricia Santana.
Hannah Bennett.
Catherine Parker.
Amy Lugo.
Kelsey Mendy.
Anna Lambert.
Rebecca Mendy.
Amaris Ball.
Alicia Talley.
Rachel Helwig.
Scott Foreman.
Amy Bradshaw.
Kara Bendix Decker.
Claudia Layton.
Mary Rollins.
James McMullen.
Chance Boyce.
Hannah Roberts.
Kara Campbell.
Kiana Andrews.
Heather Owens. Kara Campbell. Nicole Vandergiesen. Congratulations to all of the graduates of WGU's Teachers College.
Let's give our graduates one more round of applause. Congratulations to all of you. It's so wonderful to see all of your bright, shining faces, and I know that you'll be a light in this world. So thank you for letting us be a part of your journey and part of your success here at WGU. Now I'm pleased to introduce Tammy Purcell, a two-time WGU graduate. She earned a Bachelor of Science in Nursing in 2011 and a Master of Science in Nursing Leadership and Management in 2017. Tammy serves as a clinical nurse executive with Elsevier here in Phoenix, combining her clinical expertise and healthcare leadership experience to ensure nurses have the best resources to perform their jobs and positively impact their patients. Please welcome Tammy.
Well, since I'm one of the last things standing between you and a giant post-graduation celebration, I'll make this quick. I could not be any happier to be celebrating with you. So on behalf of the more than 260,000 WGU alumni worldwide, I want to welcome you to the Alumni Association. It wasn't that long ago, I was sitting right where you are, getting not 1, but 2 degrees. So keep going. It's worth it. WGU provided an enriching and engaging experience for me as a student, and I am happy to say that my learning did not stop once I graduated. My hope is that will be the case for you too, because after all, we're all night owls for life. I'd like to invite you to stay engaged with the many benefits that WGU has to offer. The Alumni Association is strong and active. There's benefits for you, including lots and lots of free resources, career advice, so be sure to join us after graduation. Visit wgu.edu/alumni to see all of the different benefits available to you. Congratulations, Night Owls. I couldn't be any more excited for all of you. Welcome to the Alumni Association.
Graduates, as we conclude this ceremony, I'd like to take this moment to recognize and thank the graduates wearing blue and gold philanthropy cords today for their generosity and support of WGU's fellow Night Owl Scholarship. Philanthropy cords are not only a physical symbol of a graduate's commitment to WGU, but they also support a legacy that will last for generations to come. Thanks to the incredible support of these alumni and the many thousands of alumni before them, more than $175,000 has been raised for the Fellow Night Owl Scholarship, which has helped more than 130 students cross the finish line to graduation. Thank you for your support in helping your fellow Night Owls succeed. The degree you have earned at WGU will create pathways to opportunity, even new pathways to opportunity. But it is important to remember that commencement is not the end. It represents a new beginning. Whatever you choose to do, do it well, and great things truly will follow. I encourage all of you to be bold in your endeavors. Learning is a lifelong journey. I urge you, as you continue your journey, to reach out to others in pursuit of their dreams. Identify meaningful ways to contribute to your communities and help us find our way as a country to unite and create a brighter pathway for future generations. At WGU, we have a commitment to serving and uplifting our communities. I encourage and invite you to make that same commitment. The world needs you more now more than ever. You've proven you can do hard things at just the right time, because there are few hard things out there that still need doing. I'm reminded of a quote from Edward Everett Hale, a 19th century social reformer. He said the following: "I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do." As we pause or as we close today, I hope you'll take a moment to reflect on the pride you felt during this ceremony. Thank you for letting us be a part of it. Thank you for letting us be a part of your education journey and celebrate this moment with you. Now, as is the time, I'd like to take a moment and celebrate with a selfie, if I may. So I'd like to invite Juju up here, and Mitsu, maybe you join me as well. You can go ahead and get out your phones and take this moment. Oh, look at that one.
That's one.
Okay.
Yay!
Let me get one.
Yes.
Okay, you slide in there this way.
All right.
Oh, hold on. Stay put.
Okay, we need a wave.
Yeah, there we go. Wave. Awesome. Thank you so much for letting us get all of you in this selfie, and we'll make sure to share it with you. As you do celebrate, we encourage you to share your excitement on social media using the hashtag WGUgrad. This now concludes our ceremony. Thank you all for joining us. May you have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.